So what we're going to do is we're going to just layer these muffins. And if you can see here, I should actually put you to work. Why don't you grab, and you can be the second-hand guy.
More of these in about a day.
How many hours has it been? So I've made the batter, and I'm just going to take, I use my serving spoon, you know, just a basic table serving spoon, and I put about a half of one right in the bottom of each tin. Okay, and then I went through, and as I'll show you, and then you can go, the next layer is the streusel, the nice brown sugar crumble, which is also comes in the package right in this box, and you're not measuring out any flour and stuff. Oh, and let me tell you a trick too that I do. I've got my cooking spray here, and what I do is after I put my tins in, I spray the whole top of the pan. See how oily it is?
Right.
You know what? That sugar, it cooks up, it's going to come right off.
Oh, really?
For cleanup.
Wow, that was smart.
Yeah, so that helps. Okay, good. And now we're going to do another little, that's the secret ooze that's going to go in there in the middle. There we go. Yep. And just sprinkle them around a little. Yeah, just, not too much.
So much.
Because we don't want to put too much moisture and then change the consistency of our muffins. You're doing fabulous, darling.
I feel like I'm Shrek where they are the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man.
That is a classic, isn't it, that show?
Somehow I think that nickname's going to stick.
I put a little bit more in this guy.
All right.
It should be good. And that was just about 1 apple that I used. And the other good thing about this little recipe is the 1 box makes this perfect dozen.
Perfect.
1 box, 1 apple, and you're good to go. And now we're just going to go back, and we're going to top these with just another little smidgen.
There you go.
And then they go into a 375-degree oven for about 35 to 40 minutes, just depending on, you know, everybody's oven's a little different. We always do the little toothpick trick. And Heidi always can smell when we're getting close to the end.
I'm expecting you to make these next time.
Excuse me, do we have King Kong here?
I know, I was going to say, they're like, oh.
So much for one size fits all. So then we would just top that up.
That would have been my line.
True.
And then, by the magic of TV.
Yes, let's do the magic. Those smell delicious, Lisa. By the way, you can get this recipe, Cooking with What's on Sale. Go to bashes.com for all the info, or our website and hotline number.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now, look at how good those are. And I've let them cool for you guys, so they're ready to take a taste.
Thank you.
I'll have a little taste.
And
I'm going to start my apple a day plan next week.
Breakfast,
muffin
the
a day.
kids love them. And they're,
those are
and like I
really
said, so I pull them out of the oven, then I put my turkey in the oven, and you know, it's like 5:30 in the morning, I'm the early bird. So by 7, when the kids start creeping up, they're just nice and warm, nice and fresh.
You're such a nice mother.
And I used to have my restaurant in the San Francisco Bay Area where we sold about 500 of these every morning. So
it's great with a cup of coffee.
Yes.
Thank you, Lisa. And thanks to Frank the Produce Guy. Isn't it awesome?
It is. I learned more about apples than I've ever.
That's right. It's all about apples. A breakthrough in MRI technology. You're going to be talking about that, actually. It's very cool stuff if you're claustrophobic. So,
excellent.
Talk about it in just a minute. Okay, welcome back, everyone. If you are claustrophobic, I'm extremely claustrophobic. I really, really have a problem with that. No! And if you're afraid to get an MRI, I should say, pay attention to this next segment because, John, you've got some cool technology. I'm looking forward to this.
This is really a cool thing. I actually went there and had a scan done of my brain, my carotid arteries, and what's called my circle of Willis, which is the arteries that kind of feed your brain. And a lot of people who have MRIs cannot stand to lay down in this MRI for 20 or 30 minutes that it takes. And this is an open MRI where you see everything right in front of you.
Well, let's take a tour right now.
Now I'm walking into the room that houses the actual phonar magnet and MRI, and you can see from the sign here it says strong magnetic field. Now right now the magnet's off as I walk in there, and they've already asked me questions about, do I have a pacemaker in, could I have any metal foreign objects in my eye, do I have any surgical clips, and I've cleared everything thus far, so we'll walk in and take a look at the magnet. Good morning, George. Now what George is going to do is put me right into the magnet here and get me all squared away. I'm going to have an MRI of my neck here. So, buckle me in there, buddy. Now, what kind of patients get MRIs? Patients with, go ahead and put that on me if you'd like. Patients who've had recurrent, patients who have headaches, patients who've had strokes, for example, would need an MRI. Patients with chronic shoulder or knee problems would also get an MRI to see what the internal, see what their internal organs look like, see what the bone and cartilage look like. Most MRIs are very claustrophobic. You lay on your back and you have this magnet that sits about 1 inch from your face. This MRI, you can see I'm wide open in, and I'm watching a big flat panel TV screen right now, and I'm not claustrophobic at all. There's only one other of these machines in Phoenix, and I have to tell you, they're great. I see a lot of patients who would love to have an MRI, but they're so claustrophobic they need to be sedated when they have one. For example, with this machine, they even give you a panic button if you need one and have to stop the scan, but this being so wide open, I can't imagine anybody feeling claustrophobic in here. I'm not a small guy, and I fit in there pretty comfortably. Now you can see that there's absolutely nothing above me and nothing that obstructs my view. In fact, I can see the tech right now who's watching me get the scan done. It's called stand-up MRI. However, you can sit down in it like I am. You can stand up, and you can even lay down. The interesting thing about this MRI is that they can put you in a position that causes you discomfort and take a scan that way. So, for example, if I was having neck pain, when I flex my neck down, they would take a scan of me like that and see if my disc, which is a kind of a cushion between my two bones, my vertebrae, is impinging or pinching on my spinal cord, causing me pain. Something that only really these stand-up MRIs can do. Now I'm sitting here at the screen that George, the MRI technician, views, and these are also the same images that the radiologist will get, either on film or on a CD-ROM. Now this is a shot of my brain that's kind of cut in half, this way. Now I can scroll through and I can see right here already that I have an infection in my sinus, which is this white area right here. Now in my body, that's located right about there. I can also see that I have a little bit of a deviated septum from getting my nose broken a few times. Now as I kind of scroll through my brain here, nothing jumps out at me that looks too abnormal. I don't see any masses or tumors or any bleeding or anything, which is all great news, at least to my eye. This technology is just absolutely amazing, and it's brand new in the sense that people can have it if they're large like I am, if they're heavy set, or if they're really claustrophobic. It's very easy to get in and out of. They can get you in on the same day you call typically, and it's just great, amazing technology. So I want to make sure we showed it to everybody.
That is really fascinating technology. It's amazing what they can see and find in the different angles and how you slice it.
Oh, and it's all computer slice. I mean, I didn't move it all in there, but the computer graphics, for lack of a better phrase, just slices your brain this way, sideways, the front way. It goes right down to your carotid arteries, where it only shows your carotid arteries.
Right.
I mean, it was really amazing.
And the MRIs, traditionally, you lay down. It's almost like a chamber, a tunnel.
That's exactly right. And the first one I ever had was more as an experiment. It was way back when, and they had my head's so big and my nose is so big, they had to take the pad out from behind my head, and I lay there for hours like this, and I'm not really claustrophobic. Oh man, it about sent me through the roof.
Yeah, my daughter had to have an MRI, and it was very difficult because she had to stay still.
Right.
And of course, I'm a panic woman, and if you panic, I mean, you just can't do it. So that's why people have to get sedated.
About probably 20 to 30% of people I see would love to have an MRI, and you have to actually sedate them to the point of being unconscious. That was so easy. I actually fell asleep while I was having it.
You always fall asleep.
I know, I always fall asleep.
What else is new? And just to double check, that open area when you were facing the camera, that stays open.
That side's wide open. I watched the movie Signs with Mel Gibson. The whole time I was in there, that big screen television, I watched Signs and I fell asleep.
I thought you were watching Your Life A to C.
I was, but I turned it off.
Oh, no, you did not. Okay, thank you very much, John. Really good information. We're going to have all the information on our website and hotline number as well if you're interested in the stand-up MRI. Up next, it's a festival involving wine, art, and music. Oh, my.
Flamingo.
Yeah. We'll take a look and a listen right after the break.
Thank you.
Well, we've been enjoying some fabulous music, and Dr. John, is over with our flamenco guitarist right now to share that part of the story.
This is awesome music. I'm over here with Gabriel Francisco, right? How long have you been playing flamenco guitar?
I've been playing for 13 years already.
Wow, I mean, you make this look so absolutely effortless. And you play this guitar and other kinds of guitars, you said?
I play this one. I also play electric and bass.
Wow.
Bass guitar.
Well, hola, take off.